Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at the Rolex Datejust 31. This one with a chocolate dial, Roman numeral hour markers with diamonds for the 6, and on a Jubilee bracelet and a fluted bezel. Reference number for this one, 278271. I'll be going over the case, the bezel, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the movement, and the bracelet, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on these throughout this video. So it's in the name, Datejust 31 millimeters, from finger to thumb. That's a case size, from 2 to 8 o'clock position, also the 10 to 4 o'clock position, same distance, same diameter, same 31 millimeters. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw-down case back and the Rolex winding crown to ensure waterproofness, water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. Overall, you have a nice high polish finish on the sides of the case as well as on the front, as evident on the lugs, nicely tapered down to the integrated bracelet. And all made of oyster steel, being Rolex's own proprietary blend of the highest grades of steel with other minerals to basically create the strongest potential, or the strongest steel in form, but also giving you the highest amount of luster, the absolute beauty that comes with like perfect reflections, near perfect reflections of the outside world. All right, and sitting on the very front of this case, we also have a nice high polish fluted bezel here. Originally made with the intent of screwing directly onto the front of the case to ensure water resistance, but you know, technology over time deemed that, well, not all that necessary anymore, and so it's kept as a mark of distinction, always made in some sort of gold, and here Rolex has made it in rose gold, or what they call ever rose gold, which is a combination of both gold, other minerals, and oyster steel to make the strongest gold possible, while still also maintaining its color for basically its entire lifetime. Basically, it lasts longer than any other rose gold on the market. At least that's what Rolex boasts, and I tend to believe them. All right, now speaking of that rose gold, you also have the same coloration and makeup for the Roman numeral hour marks, as well as the hands, the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock as well, all on this chocolate dial, sunray or sunburst in its look, so nice guilloche patterning there to give it a very distinctive look as well. And specifically for the 6 o'clock, you have diamonds as well for the Roman numerals, or for that Roman numeral specifically, nicely counterbalanced by the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position. You also have a date aperture, small on the dial, but nice and big under the Cyclops lens, which is part of the sapphire crystal, nice and scratch resistant, so you always have a clear view of the dial. And taking a look here at the functionality for the crown, simply unwind it at the 3 o'clock position. At the first position, this allows you to wind the watch. So basically 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve from a dead stop. Obviously it'll be less than that if you're starting somewhere from the middle. And once you start feeling the resistance and ramping starting to ramp up, or resistance and damping starting to ramp up, that's when you know that you've reached the full power reserve. Rather simple there. Once you get used to it, you'll know how it feels. Pull the crown out to the next position. This allows you to advance the date by 1 by rotating it counterclockwise. So it advances the date by 1. It's about it feels like less than a quarter of a turn, actually, around a quarter of a turn, let's say, to advance it by 1. So if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, tomorrow is the 1st of the next month, just simply move it over once, wait for the hour hand to pass midnight, and you'll be on the 1st of the next month, nice and easy. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that the seconds hand does stop, giving you that hacking function, so you can then set the minute hand and by extension the hour hand as well to set the time properly. And since there's no sort of chaptering for the minutes or the seconds here, you have to use the rehowl if you want the precision of the timekeeping. So here, simply the letters ROLEX on the inner bezel will be there, and those actually denote every 5 minutes, X being, you know, the 5-minute interval. So I can just set it right afterwards, since we're just after the 12 o'clock position for the seconds hand. Wait for an atomic clock to synchronize up, and simply press the crown back in. Starts up that seconds hand once more. Be sure to wind the crown tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. Right, so what makes all of this work on the inside is the caliber 2236 made in-house by Rolex. Can't see through the case back, but you do have that solid steel for that added bit of security there. You have the ±2 second per day time differential after casing, giving you the superlative chronometer certification as printed on this and every Rolex style. Every Rolex tested in pretty much every single possible position with varying temperatures to ensure that it basically runs at the same pace and correctly within that precision margin, so that, you know, in any scenario it will continue to work. All right, the functions allow for center, hour, minute, and seconds hands, instantaneous date with the rapid setting, and the stop seconds for precise time setting. All those functions I had just demonstrated before using the winding crown. You also have the oscillator with a Siloxy hairspring in silicon with high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers. So what does that mean? That means that the silicon is basically so magnetic resistant, it's literally amagnetic. So any electromagnetic interference, say from your cell phone or even from circuitry or even your refrigerator, the magnetized surface on that, none of that will affect the timekeeping ability of this watch. And also, Paraflex shock absorbers give you that bump resistance as well, so it will continue to keep time just fine within that ±2 second per day time differential. You also have a bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor on the inside, meaning that once you've wound the watch sufficiently using the winding crown manually, simply wearing this on your wrist allows you to basically turn that perpetual rotor around on the inside, which then winds the mainspring barrel, which charges the power reserve. Power reserve for this watch, about 55 hours at a time. So basically just wearing the watch on your wrist winds the watch. And so you can basically set this down late Friday evening, pick it back up very early Monday morning the following week. You may need to wind the watch on Sunday, but you'll be good to go. Just wear it all day Monday and you'll be back to the full power reserve. Nice and simple there. The bracelet here, while I'm zoomed out, is the Jubilee Bracelet, 5-piece links across, made of semicircular links here, as you can see in the cross section. And the middle 3 being a high polish Everose gold, with the outer links being the satin brushed finish on the oyster steel. Again, all semicircular links, high polish along the sides, and satin brush finishing underneath. Looks absolutely beautiful on the inside, feels even better on the inside. Now moving down to the clasp here, on the Datejust 31s and lower, you have the concealed folding crown clasp for all the Jubilee and President bracelets, not the oyster, but here we have the concealed folding crown clasp, only evident by the Rolex crown logo. Simply lift the top to open it up. It unhooks the clasp on the inside, so you have the full Rolex logo there with the full steel construction. And while I'm here, I can actually try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. 7 inches in circumference, that's my wrist. And with the full links here on the Datejust 31, pretty small. It looks more like an accessory than an actual timepiece on me, but hey, that's sort of what they're going for if your wrist happens to be this big. If you have a smaller wrist, say down to 5 or even 4.5 inches, you can still wear this quite easily. It'll look more like a timepiece for you. Down the wrist here, plenty of space among the links, no space under the lugs, because, well, it fits my wrist almost perfectly. It's still a little bit loose for me. And with the Jubilee bracelet here, again, as I said earlier, looks absolutely beautiful on the outside, feels even better on the inside, and that's no joke. The venting of the bracelet here with all the links, basically with zero tolerance or near zero tolerance, Rolex's construction makes it so that basically for the entire lifetime of this watch, the bracelet will never actually pinch your skin, won't pull hairs out, always feels very comfortable. And with the Jubilee bracelet here, with all the spaces among these links, gives it plenty of breathability, so you can wear this all day, even on a hot summer day when you're likely to sweat. This will probably actually wick the sweat off your wrist much more easily. All right, and taking a look again at this watch face on, absolutely beautiful with that sort of chocolate dial. It fits in quite nicely with the overall color scheme here, with the Everose gold and the chocolate being a darker shade of that, giving it a very nice cohesive look. And with that, the diamonds set in the number 6 for the Roman numerals gives it a very good balance of, like, between the 6 and the 12 o'clock Rolex crown logo. Gives a very good and distinctive look as well, and, you know, unmistakably Rolex in its own right. But that's all I have to say about this watch. Let us know what you think down in the comments below, what you think about this Rolex Datejust 31 with the chocolate dial, Roman numeral arrow marks, Jubilee bracelet, and of course with that fluted bezel with the two-tone Ever-Rose Rolazor look, as they call it at Rolex. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Be sure to like this button if you learned something or happen to enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, new, used, discontinued, or any other watch, we can still get it for you at jazztime.com. If this one happens to sell and we don't have another one on our desk, we'll find one for you, no problem. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you in the next video.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.